So, the question, knowing what you know now, if you could go back in time, say about 10 years or 20 years back in time, what would you change about your life? What is the one thing that you change, or what is the one thing you would tell to the younger version of you, right? You are where you are, and you see that younger you, which is your, say, whoever it is, and what advice or what should you do? And for me, the answer would be, I would change my circle of friends, right? I would change my circle of friends, and I would read more and invest more and take more risks. That's the one thing I've learned, right? And that's the one thing I'm gonna teach my kids, teach my children, teach my family to do. Just jump in, do things. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to tell them to jump in out of a building, out of the Sears Tower or Burj Khalifa in Dubai, but I would tell them, go do things, go explore the world, right? But first of all, what I would change is the people they're hanging out with. Dude, I mean, I will tell you, I would give up everything I have. I would only, if I have to pick only one thing, I mean, obviously I will have my family, but if I have to pick other than my family, if there's one thing I have to pick, I would pick the people I am surrounded with. It is very hard. It is extremely difficult. I do not know about you all, but I will tell about myself. It is extremely difficult for you to find authentic people, have relationships with other people who really actually care and advise for you and actually, want the best for you. Really, there are a lot of fake people out there, and but what I'm saying is people who would give up their life. I mean, not necessarily, not realistically, but people who root for you when you're down. They reach out and pull you up, and they says, you know what, hey, let me help you, right? So where I'm going with this is we become who we are surrounded with. And I've heard this a long time. I've heard this crap, or not crap, but I've heard this thing. And at one point I used to say, oh my God, this is so crap, because you know what, who believes in this? But as I have progressed through life, I've realized that if I am surrounded by Debbie Downers and negative Nancy, basically all I have become is like them, right? And that's not who I want to be. I don't want to be a person who's just going to look through and complain about every crap, right? And who we become, and I've seen this again and again throughout my life experience, and I'll share more over time, is why I say, your friend circle influences a lot. I mean, I have family members who are negatives and who are very negative, and I cannot cut them off 100%, but I manage that. But figure it out what you would do, what suggestions, what advice would you give to your children, to your younger you, and make sure it's never too late, right? It's never too late. Just make some changes. You don't have to go and make sudden move and make the whole 200% change today, 100% change today. But you could start to slowly change things in the right direction, right? And this will serve you or serve everyone better and in the long run. So that's one thing I would change. Is I would definitely change, because then I've spent a lot of time in my life trying to figure out why some people succeed, right? Two guys starting off from the same school, one reaches to the top and becomes a millionaire and other doesn't. It's because of all the choices we made along the way, right? And so that's the difference, nothing else. It's just a simple set of choices, and the choices we make are actually influenced by the people we are surrounded with, right? So go out, seek out, and find a group is out of your comfort zone. It's actually your group you have to, which is a step above you, where you need to work, step up your game, and you will feel great to be in that group and engage with that group, right? And I'm talking about having people people who are older to you, right? People who are, so if you're making up $100,000 a year, find a group that makes, or find people who makes $200,000 or $300,000 a year, right? If you're making $500,000 a year, go find people who are making $1 billion a year, right? Or maybe $2 million a year. And obviously the other thing is, don't go find like an El Chapo. And if you don't know who El Chapo is basically that infamous Mexican drug dealer who is in US prison for the rest of his life, right? And who is famous because he escaped from Mexican prison 3 times, right? Don't go find him. Find people who are hardworking, who has values, who has ethics, and who can actually transform you into a better person, right? So that's what I would say. Go find someone who's better than you, and learn, hang out with them, and be better. And that's how you would actually slowly start to see the change. And you will not believe it. It's just the same thing. I didn't believe myself in the first day I went to the gym, and you would not either. Because you'd be like, oh yeah, I went and I worked out and nothing happened. Yeah, dude, but if you stay on on course, and if you stay on it, and over a course of 6 months and 9 months, you will slowly start to see the change, the shift. So hope it helps you. Again, remember, greatness is a choice. So you get to choose who your friends are and who you're going to hang out with this weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.